Are we back? Are we ready yet again? Is my microphone actually working? Because I can't see right now. Is the microphone actually working is the real question of the day. No? Yes? Maybe? I don't see it. Can anyone confirm? Is microphone working? There it is. Yes. Okay. I see it. All right. We're actually working. That's good right now. I am massively underslept because I'm in Dubai right now and we live right next to a fucking mosque. And you know what that means? That means that at 4:30 and then 5:30 a.m. every day, every damn day, there's some beautiful music coming out that wakes me up. I'm like that idiot American who complains about what you should expect in living in a foreign country. Crazy ideas. Anyways, I see a lot of confirmations that audio is indeed working. That's good. I suspect that today is going to be probably a very slow and lackluster day, both in terms of content and also in terms of price action, just because we're really waiting on the events of later this week, that being Thursday and Friday, both CPI and PPI coming out respectively for those days. So, today, yes, FOMC minutes come out, blah, 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 blah. That doesn't really matter. It's not really going to be any major change in price action. I expect that the catalysts of this week are again going to be Thursday and Friday. That's what's going to be used to essentially justify the movements of price action that are essentially setting up as of right now. See a lot of familiar faces in here right now as well, which is really, really good. What's up, Mr. Peter Underwood? Good morning to you. Dad Rackus, MGTOW Biologic, not your financial advisor. Who's my financial advisor then? Pussio on Solana. Great name. Definitely going to the moon. Certainly. Spencer Hogg, Michael Tutrell. Actually, haven't seen this one before. Good, man. Good. Krown is a derp. Yes. Great comment right there. Wow. Did you think of that one all by yourself? Amazing. Just, you can imagine like someone, it's like, I'm going to fucking type this comment, man, and I'm going to get him. It's like, okay, dude. Good one, man. What's up, Martin Hunt? Goofy dude. A lot of familiar faces here. This is really, really good, man. And Peepo, another great name. Probably the best name of this stream as well. Herpity Derper. Indeed, Mr. Pete Johnson. Indeed. Good morning from Livermore, California. Holy shit, from Livermore. Nice one, man. I actually grew up in California myself. Would never move back there in a million years as of this point as well. What's up, Philson, man? Yeah, it's been some time. Like I said, I'll continue to do these. I'll continue to do these live streams very likely on Wednesdays. Wednesday is going to be the day from now onwards and forwards. Hopefully with some more interesting price action in the not so distant future. As you can see in the background, we're now back in Chicago as well. I'm actually not in Chicago, like I did say earlier, just to answer some questions I did to get last time. We're actually in Dubai as of this moment. Where did you grow up? I grew up in the Bay Area in around San Francisco in California. Hate spammers, but kind of like shillers. Yeah, fair enough. We actually have a delay on the chat as well, so you can't spam that much. And the shillers, well, they're always going to come about, but I guess it's kind of just sign of the times, although we haven't really seen too many shillers as of recent. I think most of them are wrecked. Elsa will ban everyone is what she says. Oh, Rinda, California. Holy shit, man. Yeah. That was kind of around my hoods, around my area. When Bitcoin go up? Well, if there is going to be a time, probably tomorrow or Friday, it's where you're actually going to get some price action. Not guaranteed to go to the upside, although I am still biased to the overall upside, as we've gone over many, many times on this channel. It's the monthly statistics for October. Highs typically come in around the end of the month. Lows typically come in at the beginning of the month. We've already seen the beginning of the month. Yeah, well, we kind of got one more day, I suppose. If you want to be like super, stringent with it, but highs very likely coming in at the end of the month, regardless whether, we've seen a macro uptrend, a macro downtrend, almost every time in October, except for a couple times we've seen the highs not come in at the end of this month. San Mateo, holy shit, yeah, seeing a lot of Californians here and a lot of familiar names of places that I grew up around as well. Who's Satoshi? Nobody fucking knows. The latest I saw was Peter Todd now. Don't think that he's Satoshi, although he is probably one of the better Bitcoin minds out there. It's interesting. I never really even heard of Len Sassaman before, I guess, this last articles being brought up by this new documentary, or the new document, as Elsa like. Whenever we watch a documentary, Elsa says, I would like to watch a document. It's like, it's documentary, you fucking Finnish foreigner. Learn English. It's documentary, not document. Although I like my documents. I'm not rude. I'm very particular with my English languages. Anyways, what else was I saying? Yeah, Len Sassman, never heard of him before this, but the person that I always kind of hear that does make a lot of sense was Hal Finney. Either which way, what I think maybe a lot of people are not considering is that Satoshi or the people who created the person who created Bitcoin is probably people who created Bitcoin. It's probably, it's probably several people. I'm Satoshi. That's right. I'm Satoshi. And that means I owe like $10 billion to the IRS. So I'm actually not Satoshi. Go fuck yourself. I like documents sometimes too. I like getting my documents stapled, if you know what I mean. E40 is your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. Holy shit, man. Most people probably don't even know who E40 is. But if E40 is your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, then probably Mac Dre is your favorite rapper's favorite rappers. And he's your favorite rapper's favorite rappers. Then Andre Nicotina is your favorite rapper's favorite rappers. Can't even say it, man. Todd is right. These conspiracies keep adoption going, do they? I don't think anyone gives a fuck at this point, to be honest, man. I'd have to humbly disagree with you, man. Does anyone care? Documenti. I went to high school with E40's son. Really? What was he like? Was he a nice, well-educated young chap? Or was he a hoodlum? I think hodlers are Satoshi. We make the blockchain secure. Yes, perhaps yes. CIA. I mean, it is interesting that Satoshi Nakamoto does literally translate, or at least might translate to Central Intelligence, which is fucking bizarre. It's a really, really bizarre name. But I don't know if that's actually true. Definitely no E40, yo. Do you really? You are the mechanic. Nice one. He was super nice and humble. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. That's actually really cool to hear, man. You would have had different thoughts looking at him, from afar. But then again, do real gangsters have music videos on MTV? Like a real gangster would show up to like a music video shooting, which probably takes a lot of production values. Like, all right, so we're gonna plan out the day. Everything needs to be done exactly perfectly right for this to work out. It's like probably not. Probably not. Like the real gangsters, they don't do music videos, I don't think. Or at least if it's shot with a fucking cell phone. I miss MTV. Is MTV still around? There's, what's actually funny, Philson, is that there is MTV in Finland as well, but it's like a totally different thing. It's just like a regular news channel, show channel, or it's not MTV, what you think of, or like what was the other one? VH1. Holy shit, I'm just showing how old I am now. Wow. The biggest gangster. No, real gangsters have videos on Vice. It's like has documents there as well. Yeah, VH1, that's the one, man. DMX. After my morning craps as well, sir. I'm just getting prepared in the background. I do realize that today is going to be very slow in terms of people joining on in. I'll give it maybe another few minutes or so, and then we can get started with the day. Like I said, I'm not expecting too much, just because there really hasn't been too much price action. That is the milkshake that brings all of the crypto boys to the yard, I guess. No music videos anymore on MTV. Yeah, it's probably just a bunch of woke bullshit, is what I'd guess at this point. Which is most garbage on. Does anyone even watch TV anymore? Probably not, unless you're literally like 6 years or older. There's no way that you watch fucking TV. There's no way. I don't even have a cable subscription for. Yeah, Elsa's parents watch TV. I'll tell you exactly what they do. They have the same routine every day. They wake up around like 10 or 11, and then they watch the news for about 2 hours until you literally see the same news story come around 3 to 4 times. After that, it's radio time, where we listen to the news on the radio, and then also listen to some music, which is actually very fun and enjoyable. And then it's go outside for an hour and sit in the sun, and if there is sun. If there's not, then you just sit inside, and then more TV until you're in. And this is also, of course, with coffee at every few hours as well. That is definitely necessary, because you need coffee at 10 fucking p.m. MTV only plays Rob Dyrdek shows. Holy shit, you have to be truly lobotomized to enjoy that. Like, you truly have to be lobotomized fucking moron to enjoy those things if you're past the age of like 13. Anyways, like I said, a few more minutes. We got 534 people in the house right now, which is good. Probably is about as much as you can expect on a day like today. I expect today will also be a shorter stream as well, but it is what it is, because I'm also very tired myself, so it's fine. Krown, is XRP going to 589? Yes, 589 Venezuelan bolivars. Probably even greater than that as of right now. What is the most redacted community that you could possibly be a part of in the crypto sphere? maybe XRP, maybe not. XRP is very interesting. Let's actually just go to the charts right now. I'll go through some analysis soon enough, but let me actually, hold on. Let's fix this up because the herpity derp is not working very well. All right, this is really not working well at all, in fact. All right, there we go. Well, that's about as good as it's going to be. Is your viewership showing bottom signals? It's showing no signals. It's just showing that we are in a very boring time right now is what it is. What was I going to do? Yeah, you look at XRP. Let's go to XRP over here. I genuinely just want to look at it because it is very interesting to be looking at. XRP literally at the same price that it has been at since March of 2018. Holy fuck. But that's right. It's just a bunch of nonsense talkers on YouTube trying to convince you that XRP is not going to do anything. And because XRP is not going to do anything, they're able to accumulate for the past 6 years. That's right. My paycheck comes in every 2 weeks, and I'm just going to continue to load it up on my XRP coins. Fucking great, man. Cardurpio. Let's see what Cardurpio looks like. I'm also curious. This is like the other redacted one. But at least the Cardurpio crew, like they're also still back. They're actually still stuck in April of 2018 as well. All right, fair enough. Who's more redacted, XRP or Cardano? Do we have any other takers for most redacted community of this whole crypto sphere? There was a guy actually who came into the Discord yesterday. By the way, shilling the I will shill the Discord right now because it's 100% free. You can find a link in the description below. And he was. Let me actually just find. I wish I hold on. If I can find his message, that would be amazing because this is just too good. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I no promises here. If I can find it, that would be amazing. If I can't, oh God. No, it's definitely not deleted, but this guy was just a special kind of interesting, we'll call it. All right, come on, please, for the love of God. Like, I'm really hoping this is gonna work. Come on, baby. This is gonna be so fucking good if I find this. Fuck me, man. He came in like for the last day or two. He came in with a challenge. Hold on. Wait, I'm getting closer. Hold on. Guys, I'm getting really close. I'm getting really fucking close right now. Okay, I'm getting very close, but I haven't hit it just yet. Come on, just stop posting shit in general chat in the pit, you motherfuckers. Hold on. Oh, okay. We're getting close. No, what? Why is Discord so fucking stupid? Okay, yes, here we go. Okay. Oh my God, I fucking found it. I can't believe it. All right. Ken Masters comes in. I'll give you 12 minutes, Krown. Mano, 3 rounds, 1 minute breaks in wheelchairs only. My question is this guy in a wheelchair or not? For real. Like, I'm actually curious. He's obviously redacted. Let's make a fight night. Really poppin' on Hamtaro AF on. Is this some place in Asia or some shit? Or is it misspelling? Maybe next year after your schedules clears up. We could do it fucking today or tomorrow, dude. And you get that nice belt that I can take off your hands for you, ? I'm well known in the Hex community as shit talking, their biggest toxic presence, gravedigger on Telegram, if you others must know, psychopath on YouTube. Yes, I can tell that. To some other highline, bleeding edge DeFi teams. You can ask Richard Hart's right man of the community, so to speak. Never fucking knew him. Red pill manosphere dork who onboards more than anybody else besides Richard Hart into Hex. Okay, he should probably be in jail then. He drives hard around to the Fresh and Fit pod. Wow. Okay, it's really a great claim to fame. We had our huge little Telegram friendship. Okay, I don't fucking care. Thousands are gonna watch. Thousands. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Like, what do you even say to that? Challenge accepted. What do you say to that? For real? Like, what do you say to that? Well, you say, let's look at the Hex chart. Let's look at it on... Yes. There's no amount of soundboards and infographics and words in the English language that can describe what this chart looks like. I genuinely actually feel bad for him or the other people of this community. Now, of course, the Hex people will say, but it's the best performing asset in human history. Yes, maybe it did go up quite a bit over here. Who the fuck was in it at that time? How many people, how many people were in at a lower price than what it even is at today? Very interesting. When you look at the volume statistics, pretty much no one. Pretty much no one. Maybe Richard Hart's like 10 alternative accounts. They must have had some sort of like some sort of service, some sort of like shill service, because I would see all these people on Twitter with like Hex in their name, and they'd be like Hex Warrior and Hex Girl and Hex Lover, and it's just like they all have the same join date. They all have the same join date. Like anyone who does like a modicum of fucking research is like, this looks suspect. That's right, it's suspect. They don't want me to be accumulating your Hex coins low, and I will be, as always, very sorry that I did not buy the Hex coins when you told me to. But that's not the real Hex. The real Hex is on Pulse Chain. Oh my fucking god, yes, because everyone's going to migrate to Pulse Chain. It makes a lot of sense, sir. All right. Oh my god, the Wendy's drive-thru speaker just wrecked me with 17,000 decibels. Get to the back of the line, Krown. That's right. You know, at one point, Peter, at one point, these are my coins. That's right. They're all yours, sir. At one point, I remember this is where I knew that Richard Hart probably actually lost the plot, because Richard Hart's actually, I think he's a genius. He's probably an evil genius though, because obviously he uses his genius to, I think, manipulate. But and by the way, I'm not. This is just speculation. Okay, this is just an opinion. I don't know. I don't actually know. In case he wants to like sue or something like that, which probably shouldn't. But but he is obviously very, 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 very intelligent. But at one point, I was listening to one of his streams, and that's when I knew, okay, this guy, I think this guy's actually lost it, and something's going to happen. And people in the Hex community were bringing up like, okay, don't you think that Hex could be like the world reserve currency? Like, why the US dollar? Why Bitcoin? Why gold? And he's like, yeah, you know, we're ready. Like, bring it on. We're ready for this. It's like, holy shit, dude. Like, what the fuck? Can you take one more big sip? I will need a few more big sips, actually, because I can already feel that my head is just about to explode. All right. We'll look at some Bitcoin. We'll look at some shitcoins. We'll look at some other stuff as well, and then I probably need to like sleep. I think I need to sleep more, honestly. Cool. Let's go through Bitcoin over here. I might as well also record this video as well. Let me just get the recording tools over here. Let me get my notes ready as well. Okay, good. All right. It is Wednesday, and as we'll be going over in today's video on Wednesday, it is very unlikely to see any sort of major breakout until this happens, likely accompanied by the catalytic events of this week, which are going to be very likely on Thursday and also on Friday with CPI and PPI numbers coming out both on those days. Of course, Wednesday does have FOMC minutes coming out. Typically, this is not going to be any sort of big deal, but PPI and CPI, which is a funny word, both typically used as an excuse to move price action. And in this case, I would once again bring back the HPDR indicator right in over here, if we can actually load it, on the daily time frame for Bitcoin spot price action, and suggest that, hey, look, as long as Bitcoin is between these two red lines, which essentially correlate to the 38.2 level on both sides of the market right now, you're not really seeing any sort of major breakout or breakdown confirmed. And this is very likely the range for the days to come, or for the day to come, I should say, perhaps broken on Thursday or Friday. That would be just above, or just at, basically $64,000 on a daily closing basis to the upside, versus to the downside, somewhere around about 59,500, with the median coming in at about 61,300. Now, it is interesting to me to see on the 5-day time frame right here, which we did keep in the back pocket for yesterday's video, that Bitcoin on CME on the 5-day time frame is going to be closing tonight. And if Bitcoin does close above, once again, the median here, which is $61,000 and 60 change, I would really be biased towards an upside breakout from this overall range. It can still take some time, however. Again, Thursday, Friday, that's probably going to be what you're looking at in terms of timing for these sort of things. But until then, looking at the price statistics for today, Wednesday is actually more likely to close negatively than positively since 2024 began. However, it does have not necessarily like high negative returns for Wednesday negative closures at just 1 3/4, which is like not super significant. In fact, really only outdone by the weekends, or less done by the weekends, I guess. Also on Wednesday, for the positive closing Wednesday, it's actually boasting one of the highest, in fact, the second highest positive return days for those positive closing days, which is 333. So let's look at that in terms of what the range is likely to be. 3 1/3 to the upside would put Bitcoin basically back at around yesterday's high, and that would obviously be back above 64,000 bucks. That'd be 64,300. A bounce if it plays out to the average. If you see a daily closer above 64, very likely Bitcoin does actually initiate the breakout. To the downside, 175, 174 brings Bitcoin back down to about last week's lows on a closing basis, 61,100 or so. So could be, could look something like this for today. If it does come down, boom, pops back down there, and then pops back up after putting in a little bit of a higher low. Something like that could very well be in order. But like I said, today, I don't expect that we're going to see all that much, to be honest with you. Moving on from there, looking at stochastic momentum, which we actually didn't look at all yesterday, we do see that the daily will actually flip back up if Bitcoin on CME does close above 62,700, which is actually trading about $100 away from it as of right now. Would also be considered rejection of the bearish control zone if that were to happen, but it's a long day to go, obviously. And as of right now, living below that pivot, so it doesn't really mean too much as of this moment. Moving on from there, I do want to go to the 5-day time frame. The 5-day time frame, again, closing tonight, very likely to remain to the upside here, seeing as Bitcoin is above 58,800. Crazier things have happened, obviously, than like a $4,000 or $3,000 fall. Okay, why am I getting so many fucking messages? Jesus Christ, I need to turn this shit off. My apologies, getting really annoying back there. Anyways, yes, but I am curious to see where the new pivot does come in around. Does that number go down or not? If it goes down on the next open, another good indication, another good early indication that Bitcoin likely does break out to the upside. But again, long day left to go still, and probably not much today. Anyways, other than that, I did want to once again bring up not this chart right here, for the love of God, but this chart right here on CME. We do still see that Bitcoin 5-day CME is playing off of that hidden bullish divergence, and it's going to have a chance to once again reclaim that exponential on the RSI, and also, essentially confirm a bounce off of the neutral zone here. Very likely initiating a move somewhere around the edge of the bullish control zone here. Is where we typically do see these kind of resolve around somewhere in this region right here. So again, if Bitcoin does confirm or does essentially just kind of remain here or higher by end of day, especially above even the 5 exponential, as you can see, which is 61.5 or so, then yes, I would say that is very likely to again play to the upside, probably coming into this next 5 to 10 day period. So it's going to be some waiting around for today, I suspect, but those are kind of the setups going on in the background as of right now. Those are the areas of interest that I'd be looking at, and those are the critical numbers that I'd be looking at as well. Anyways, that is it for today's video. Very, very short one. We'll get on to the live stream now. What else do we have? I'm going to go back to the comments over here. Let's see. Maybe I should go to this right here. Hey, what's up, Bear Nutrition? Good morning to you, sir. Good morning to you. I'm very, very, very Polish or Polish. Polish? You're Polish? Or Polish. 62,000 is possible. Yes, it's literally only $300 away. Crazy. Crazy, man. Anyways, let's see. I'm just reading through some of these right here. Actually, I'll get onto the actual comments. Thank you for not laughing maniacally into the mic like Ivan. Yes, but I do drink into the microphone, which gets a lot of people mad as well. Will Chaplin says, "Cheers, sir. Can we please check out UVXY EFT?" Yes, sir. This is a volatility EFT. UV. Okay, my brain is actually not working. UV. Oh my God. I am not typing anything properly today. Yeah, so we looked at this last week, I believe. Maybe you were even the person who asked about it as well. I don't remember. But we were bullish on it last week, and I'd still be bullish on it, honestly. The weekly you're looking at the jewel. I'm looking at the jewel. You know, the portion that we'd be talking about is the same right here. This is a perfect signal to the upside. So this very likely actually does play further north from here, which actually would be an overall bearish signal, because typically when volatility goes up, well, price goes down more often than not, but not always. Anyways, yeah, I would be looking for this to play further to the north side. Yeah, I agree with your analysis right there. Would obviously like to see a closure above this last little kind of swing high. You know, people always say like you can't really use technicals on volatility, but it does seem to work, to be honest with you. At least for these like small puffs. Now a lot of them do get batted down and sold into. I mean, you know, the last time we had a perfect signal was back on over. Actually, there's been a couple of these perfect ones here, and they do pop up initially, but then they quickly get faded after that. It's kind of the way that this thing is designed. But you know, this quick one right here didn't even get anywhere near reversal, and this one over here got very, very close, very similar to the one that we're looking at right now, compared to this last little sort of swing right there, and this one, you know, got very, very close to this little swing here, but eventually topped up right before there. So, you know, maybe the same thing happens right here, because overall the trend has been your friend since the dawn of time for this thing, and that is just straight fucking down. So maybe actually this is already it, and perhaps I'm being a little bit too optimistic for this, because, you know, we do have several iterations of this happening in the past, and the result is always the same: trend continuation, and trend continuation is down in this case. Let's see. Cameron Maltby says, "Hey, Krown, can you do Popcat USD?" Okay. All right. Good meme, I'm sure. High value. Very little amounts of history, which is concerning. I'm early, but out fishing. You're out fishing. Nice. I don't know if this is the right chart for this thing, because it doesn't really have much. Okay, maybe I'll go to your fucking Solana. Oh God, what am I getting myself into now? It does have more history. What? Yeah, fine. Like what? Yes, do the laundry. Kind of at a weird place right here. You didn't really specify time frames, but I am inclined to say that this thing actually does probably come down a little bit more. But I don't think that you've seen the high just yet. I do think that it might come down closer to like 110. Could come down a little bit more closer to 110. I'd be looking for a bounce there, and then another try to the upside probably into next week. You know, the only way that I call a top on this thing is if you see daily closures below about 102. Let's just call it $1. If you see a daily closure below there, yeah, this thing's done. But for now, you know, you kind of got to give things the benefit of the doubt. The trend is very much still to the upside. So I would still be looking at this as, you know, perhaps might come down a little bit more, you know, 110, 114 in the short term. But I would be looking for a bit of a bounce, another try to the upside after that. Again, I think that you kind of have to be lenient for most things still for right now. Moo the bull, please, sir, for big bull. Big bull energy. Sure, I guess we go to Mexi for this thing. We looked at this thing before, still consolidating as it was before as well. Range to the downside would be your lows from early October this month. Range to the upside would be your basically what is this number? 5 1,000ths of a cent, 5 10,000ths of a cent, something like that. But I'd be looking to kind of continue to play within this range for a while, but that's fine. I mean, you do have your higher low in there. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Daily jewels actually pointing back up as well, which is probably a good sign for this overall, but I think it's going to take a little bit of time, honestly. I wouldn't be too excited about this thing until you see a breakout above, again, whatever the hell this number is here, 5.5 10,000ths of a cent or something like that. I don't know. My brain is too redacted right now to read these numbers. If it's not 2 decimal places to the right, it's going to be fucked up, man. It's going to be really fucked up. Here's what a monthly looks like, just out of curiosity. Yeah, I'm a lot more inclined to say that this one does break out to the upside and does retest your closing highs. Not your all-time highs, but your closing highs at least. Go on from there. All right, what else we got? Peepo, Fwog on Solana. Okay, Fwog. Sure. Okay. Well, this one likes to go up. That's usually a good sign. Again, very little history, just a couple months. So how much do I trust analysis on this? Not much at all. Daily, weekly for something that's been around for just a few weeks doesn't exist, my man. Doesn't exist. You know, we do see. I mean, I can point you towards the range lows and the range highs here. Range lows basically around your 15 or just under 16 cents. Range highs around 20 cents basically. I fucking hate when I say basically. I hate that word, actually. It's a terrible word, honestly. In fact, I'd even say the range low is a little bit lower than that, closer to 15 cents even. I'd be looking for it to play in here for a little bit more time, man. Is there a daily, weekly analysis to be done on this? Not really, in my opinion. I'd be looking for it to consolidate for a while. I don't think that you're breaking out to the upside anytime soon. I don't think that you're breaking to the downside anytime soon. I think that you're going to continue to kind of snake your way in this range and then probably try a breakout, if and when Bitcoin does make a move, assuming it's to the upside. If it's to the downside, obviously this thing will come down hard as well. But for now, maybe if I was to draw maybe slightly more accurate LARP lines, something like this, comes down, spend some time within this region, shaking things out. Again, you still got at least another day or two here to go at minimum for really anything interesting to happen, in my opinion. Mythic OG, and of course, if you do break below like 15 cents, this thing's going to get absolutely fucking hammered down to like 11, 12 cents, which is like a big percentage move. Mythic OG says Alphium 1 week and 1 month. Let's see. ALPH. Yes, there it is. Gate.io in Mexico C, and very bad chart on the 4 hour. See what the daily looks like. Also bad chart. And what does it look like on the weekly? Also a terrible chart. And what about the monthly? Also a very, very, very bad chart. Wow, amazing. Incredible. Another shitcoin that looks like shit? That's amazing. I would have never guessed, in fact. Okay, so this thing's been around it's been around almost a year now. Hasn't really done much during this year, mostly just gone down. I do think that it will come down a little bit more here, but I suppose the hopium is that it does not make a lower low than basically $1. And I said it again, basically. Fuck you, basically. Does it come down towards like 120, 125 and try for a higher low? I think that's the hopium here. If you do see something like this where it comes down and then pops back up, that would be good, obviously. But I do think that it comes down a little bit more here. The hopium is that it's a higher low somewhere above about 120. The doomium is that 120 is just a bounce before heading much lower, probably closer to below $1. Yeah. Not a great chart here, man. Not usually good when you see like a pop and then a dump of significance. Like just a 75% pullback. No problem, sir. No problem at all. Okay, that damn noise. Adam Green says MPC daily. Please, let's check it out. Does it even have enough history for a daily? It's non-playable coin. Yeah, actually it does. So that's cool. And not as shitty as the last chart that we looked at, which is also cool. But is it ready to break out right here? Unlikely, no. Can it come down a little bit more? Probably yes. How far would it come down? Perhaps maybe down around the 382 retracement here. Let me get rid of this. Not relevant to us. 2.5 cents. If it wants to consolidate like this, something like that would still be a higher low, and consolidating it around the highs is typically a very strong signal. But I am inclined to say that it does come down a little bit more in the short term. If 2.5 cents does not hold, I'd be looking somewhere closer to the 50% retracement level here, which is like 2.3 cents, maybe as low as 2.1 cents in the circle right here. Again, that would still be, I believe, a weekly higher low. Yeah, it would. But I am more inclined to say that this one does come down at least to 2.5 cents. And the hopium is that you get your low there, but short term down. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that, really. That's all that I have to say about that. And I need another sip of this water, man. I am really thirsty today. Okay, let's see. What are you sighing about over there? Nina, that's a new name. NQ on the hourly. Are you talking about like NASDAQ or is this some shitcoin ticker? Let's see. Hourly over here. What do we got? I think SPY right now is actually the easier chart. Short term, I do think that it pops back up towards like 2070. 2270. Holy shit. I'm actually fucking lobotomized it today. That's what happens when you don't get enough sleep. But I don't think that is going to hold. I do think that in the short term, you might see a pop back up there, but ultimately, before the day is over, I'd very much be looking for a move at least to 2175 and a bounce there as well. So very, very short term might pop back up a little bit. Sometime intraday, I'll be looking for a move down to like 2170 to 2175, and then probably a bounce from there. Yeah. Higher term time frame still bullish. Yeah. Same thing with SPY here as well. Like, I'm not bearish on this. SPY, same thing too. It's like short term pullback. However, I'd be looking for that to be a bounce. What else do we have? Big Bull is back. He's looking at whiff. Okay. Dog whiff derp. All right. Remember, this one was one of the better ones, but actually, do I have a chart for this? I'm sure I do. Yeah. The LARP lines. Actually, not bad right there, but let's focus down on what you're actually looking at, which is the daily and weekly. Okay. Weekly, kind of around your range highs, as is the daily. You know, I think that this one's more likely to pull back from here. Maybe after, you know, it might try one more move to the upside, but I do think it pulls back from there. I don't think that this thing's ready to break out just yet. I do think that on this next pullback, you're going to get your next higher low, and that's probably where it does actually try a real move to the upside from. But really nothing to be super excited about here as long as you're below 290. What does the monthly say? Monthly, I do think that overall this thing will break out to the upside and trade back up towards like 3.25. But in the very, very short term, like based off the daily, probably a pullback in between there first. Get your higher low and then try. So yeah. Via Whale Scalper says OPUSD. This is not one that I've seen in a long time. Optimism. This one was a favored shitcoin from cycles past. And you can see why. Likes to go down a lot. No. Actually, sorry. This one made new highs in 2024. Great. Then did not make new lows in 2024. Did come down significantly, certainly. So on the macro, I do have to give this one the benefit of the doubt. I do think that it is putting in a macro low here, and it's I don't know how long this thing's going to take, but it probably does try another upside move to like 250, 260. But that might be a very long time away. Like very, very long time away. If you're just on the daily, that's probably not relevant to you. If you're just on the daily, I do think that short term, this one's actually really hard to, on the short term, I actually do think, fuck me. Look, here's a range. The obvious thing is your range, okay? The range high for the daily is 170. The range low for the daily is about $1.50. If you see a closure above 170, I'd be looking for this thing to re-challenge your September highs. Until then, continue on with the range. All right, what else we got? Martin Hunt, what's up, man? We got the Balkan dwarf. This thing's fucking gone to the moon. This thing's actually gone to the moon. Not bad. You're looking at what time frames? Daily. I think I sent my first super chat too early. It's all good, man. Apologize if we missed it, but well, Elsa was slacking, so I blame her. I'm kidding. Okay, Elsa is like extremely sensitive to doing anything wrong. So if you even suggest, if you even make the suggestion, it'll be terrible. It's a great way to troll her, but she really does take it personally, so you shouldn't do it. Anyways, last we looked at it, we were looking at this range right here. Broke out of that range and ran directly to the next one. Not bad. Is this thing going to go for more is a real question, I think. I am inclined to say that you're very close to a pullback here, if not already there, because you are starting to see bearish divergence in the daily form. You are seeing lower highs in the RSI alongside potentially higher highs, although this high has not been confirmed just yet. But the second you see a daily closure below this high right here, which is, who knows what the hell that number is? Nobody fucking knows. It's impossible to read. What is that, like 3.5 10,000ths of a cent? That's where I'd say, hey, this thing's going to come down and probably come back down to like 2.2, 2.5 regions, somewhere down around here. Maybe even be like the next major high. But just be wary. You are starting to see divergence form now, and that's typically where these things do find like, significant highs before another major consolidation. And, this thing has a habit of like popping up and then giving all that back. So I would be cognizant of that. But yeah, until it closed below here, I suppose you can still remain bullish, and perhaps it does try higher. But once you see that, get ready for down, and probably down fast. Probably something similar to this. Dominic Morel says, "Hello, Derp. What's up, man? I am Derp. Can you please check Pups? Highly doubt that this thing is on. Is it on TradingView? It is on TradingView. Okay, fair enough. I stand corrected. Pups versus Tether. Wow, really bad. Holy shit, this thing is literally. Don't think anyone trades it. Maybe Poloniex. You know it's bad if you got to go to Poloniex. I am not convinced that this is. How can this be the chart? Is it the chart? It is the chart. Maybe it's versus Ethereum or some shit. Isn't it like a Bitcoin thing though? No, it's not this. If it's this, if this is the right ticker on Poloniex, going up and probably coming back up to test this like almost $20 high right here. If it's the other chart, then it's wrecked. But the other chart was like literally dead, so probably not that one. It's probably this one. This one barely trades at all either. Unfortunately, I don't think that we are. I don't even see the chart that you or the exchange that you posted. I'm not going to go off of any or I'm not going to go outside of TradingView, just so you know, to look at charts and shit like that. It sometimes causes some problems, and I just prefer not to. But yeah, if it's this thing, I do think that I retest $20, somewhere around there. Jacob is back. He's looking at coin. He's looking at coin on the 4 hour and the and the daily as well. Yes. Coin. I was looking at this one the other day myself. Same thing as what I said before. This is the same chart that we had from last week, Jacob. And I think the same thing. 4 hour time frame looks a little bit more like it's going to put in a low right here. I think it is going to have a real shot to do that. It'll be confirmed the second that you see a tick above, what was it, Monday's high, 176.14. I actually do think that this one will actually try for a low right here. If it doesn't, then maybe comes a little bit lower towards your lows of last week, maybe like 162-ish region, and I'll be looking for a higher low there. I do think that Coinbase is actually in a reversal area. Let's see. Yeah, it's coming off the 786 here as well, so I'd give it a chance to bounce more. I generally, this large line right here is what I think is happening for Coinbase. Monthly, higher time frames are fucking ugly, I will say. Monthly, really want to see this one pop back up above 190. Let's just call it 193 by end of month, and close there as well. See that would actually be pretty good. And then BitF, this is Bit Farmers. Actually, I need a sip of the water before we get into this one. All right. Much better. Well, kind of. It's avoided the inevitable for just a little bit longer. BitF daily and weekly. Okay, higher term time frames here. Not very good, man. I do think that this one's going to come back down a little bit more in the short term. Maybe test some. Oh, I already have this one. Oh, it's the same shit as what I said last week, man. Same LARP line here, I guess, that I drew out before. Probably comes back down to like below 170, maybe even all the way down to 155. But I'd be looking for a bounce there. Desperately need a higher low on this one to be optimistic. Monthly, yeah, same issue here too. Kind of similar chart to Coinbase in a way. I would say that, hey, if you see this thing pop back up and close above last month's high, 230, very fucking good, very bullish. You actually have a macro reversal. But it's got to start working relatively soon, man. So short term, maybe a little bit lower. Pray to Bula Jesus for a turnaround here. And then close the month above, again, what was it, what exactly was it? 230, yeah. Let's see. USIJC. USIJC, okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know that this was a chart. Holy shit. I don't know if technicals work on this. I mean, trend probably works on this. Okay, there's bullish divergence there's hidden bullish divergence on the jobless claims. I don't know how much that means. Let's see how past ones have done. Okay. Not too good, right? Pretty good for this one, actually. Not too good for these ones. I don't know, man. I don't know if I trust I don't know. I think I trust trend for this. I don't think I trust oscillators for this, man. If oscillator is anything to go off of, yeah, it would be suggesting up. If trend is anything to go off of, it would be suggesting overall downtrend remains. Short term might pop up a little bit. Yeah. I don't have anything else to say about that, man. That is pretty cool, though, Mr. Oh, this is Peepo. Thank you, Peepo. I've never seen that before. Mr. Denver 22, I don't see a comment, sir, so thank you for that. But hopefully you can type it out. We already looked at Popcat. It looks like Popcat. Anderson, the snozberries taste like snozberries. Ondo. No one even knows what that is anymore. That's so crazy, man. Like, I actually am getting old because I have these references from past times that no one even fucking knows. The snozberries taste like snozberries. Do you know that? You've never seen Super Troopers? Elsa needs some American conditioning. I tried to give her cultural learnings, but she's just not really receptive. Anyways, Ondo, shitcoin, fuckface, probably gonna bounce here. I don't mean to. I'm not calling you that, by the way. Just I thought it was funny to say. Maybe it didn't hit. I do think that it bounces here on the 4-hour time frame. Can easily bounce back up to like 70 cents, but nothing really matters for this thing as long as you're below this high right here, which is 77 cents. Above 77 cents, okay, you have another range breakout confirmed. Until then, short term might pop back up to like 70 cents. After that, might sell back off down to the range lows at like 66. Just be looking for range plays. Not a big fan of this chart. Yeah. We go on. We go forwards. W dog on Solana. Oh god. W dog. Is this even going to be on TradingView? It is. Okay. Well, that's it's better than not being on TradingView. Okay, it's literally been around for 2 months. What sort of analysis do you think I have for a coin that's been around for 2 months? You haven't even given it a time frame. There's no way this can work. Okay, you said on Solana. Maybe I go versus Sol. Maybe this. Nope. Yeah, thank God that doesn't pop anything up. I don't fucking know, man. I don't fucking know. It's way too new. If I had to say something, if you put a gun in my head and said, say something to say, next short-term move is going to be the upside. How high does it go? Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? Maybe towards like 1.3 cent. Maybe things get like the craziest upon craziest 1.6, but I'm going off of so very little that I should really just say to you, sir, I have no fucking clue for a thing that has been around for literally less than 2 months. There's no real analysis to be done on that, at least in my opinion. Terrence Grogan says, Tesla, weekly and daily. All right, nice. Now we have a real stock, many years of history. This is much better. The LARP line's over here, actually still playing out. Okay, very interesting. I guess good. Let's see. Monthly is probably easier here. Yeah. Okay. Monthly. Okay. Can it come down a little bit more? Maybe there's one more try at like 232, 233. I wouldn't feel so confident about that. I do think that this one will actually trade higher and will retest your July of last year highs, basically your range highs, somewhere around $300 in the coming months. I actually do think that will happen. What do I like about this? You have a monthly high or low in here. You're reapproaching those highs quickly in a constructive manner. I do think that this is actually the setup for very likely a long-term breakout. Sir, did I make your eggs? Did you make your eggs? Is the thing on? Can you check? I don't know. I don't remember. Would hope you'd have noticed. Yeah, I mean quarterly higher low here as well. Yeah, I think that this one's going up, man. So yeah, there might be a short-term pullback in between there. I don't know. What I feel a lot more confident about, it is on. Okay, maybe turn it off. All right, Daniel Welch says, oh, some real stocks again. Okay, XLE, energy index, I believe. Up. Monthly hidden bullish divergence. Higher lows the whole way through. I'd be looking for this one in the next few months to very likely retest $100. What about weekly? Same shit here. Overall, respect the trend. Nothing bearish about this as long as you're above $83. Below $83, yeah, okay, reversal. But until then, I'd be respectful of the trend, respectful of hidden divergences, and yeah, generally be looking for this one to pop back up towards 100, somewhere around there. Again, that is a monthly after all, so it might take some time. Mr. Deaver, he's back. Okay, he's figured it out. I messed up my last super chat. All good, man. CCL, real stock. Nice. Real stocks are really fun to analysize for myself just because, well, that's where I come from. Up, man. This is a reversal on the monthly at least. Oh, you're on a daily and weekly. Same shit. Weekly, you have a nice triangle here. Very nice triangle, sir. Very, very, very powerful triangle. Something like this. Very likely breaks out, in my opinion, relatively soon. Maybe the next few weeks, maybe even this week. I'd be looking for somewhere around like $25 after that. If things get really crazy long term, like long term, maybe closer to 30. But yeah, looks like a reversal to me. Jay Clark, y'all. What's up? OGPU. Okay. Just when you thought we were out of the shitcoin drawer. Well, actually, this is not terrible. Daily. Let's see. Weird chart to me. Overall, I mean, I do like that it goes up, but is there maybe something with more history or maybe not versus fucking wrapped Ethereum? Could we maybe get this versus like USD? No, damn it. That's the problem with these things. It's like it's first like another shitcoin. Like this is the real problem with it. A lot stronger versus Ethereum than it is versus USD. Let's try one more time. I am inclined to say that this one will trade higher from here, but it's really hard with some of these shitcoins. I mean, these are weird looking charts to my eye. If I had to call it short term, I do think it pops back up towards like 115, 120-ish region. I guess I'd just generally be bullish on it as long as it's above yesterday's low. It's not super helpful because yesterday's low is like a big wick down here towards 85 cents. But as long as you're above there, I just respect the trend. It's just kind of a weird looking chart. Again, not a whole hell of a lot of history there, but at least better than some of the other ones. And I like that it's gone up. I mean, that's always going to be a good sign. Anyways, Jamie Berry says, FTM, brother. All right, FTM. So my boxing coach always calls me. He's Uzbekistan, and he goes, brother. Come over here, brother. Up. I'd be looking for this one to retest the highs of September, somewhere around like 73 to 75 cents. I think that this one's actually getting ready for like an actual breakout as well. Yeah, apparently we've charted this one before. Higher lows on the weekly the whole way through, long term. So I do think that it is turning the corner here. I do think that it will probably trade up even probably closer to like 85 to maybe even 95 cents longer term. But that is longer term, obviously. I don't know what time frame you're on because you didn't specify, and I can't read your mind. It's a crazy idea, actually. Daily Jewel back up. Hidden bullish evidence. Yeah, I do think that this one will trade further up. I want to see a closure to actually confirm a breakout above about 73.5 cents. But so until then, probably more rangy behavior. But I do think it is setting up for that breakout. The question is when. Chuwak says Aura on Solana. What is with all these Solana amazing coins? Tested your range highs, sold off on those range highs. Probably going to come back down and consolidate a little bit lower. Starting to see some bearish evidence here. No, actually, you're not. Sorry, I apologize. You're not. I could very easily see something like this. Maybe it spikes up this area another time or two, then puts in a lower high, then comes down and consolidates a little bit lower, and then tries your real move to the upside. But usually, first pass on these sort of things, does get pushed back. So I would be a lot more inclined to say that this thing, again, it might spike up another time to test it at 3.5 cents or so, but I do think it will come down closer to like 2.5 cents and try for a higher low there before the actual potential breakout. What else we got? We getting close here? Oh, we are getting close. Thank God. My throat is nearly dead. David says, hi, can you check out 5-day render? All right. RNDR. Haven't looked at this one in a long time. This one was very popular not so long ago. Why is there... You'd think there'd be other exchanges, actually, for this thing. Okay, I guess I'll just do this. Yeah, it's very popular over here. Not so popular anymore. But it still does hold the long-term uptrend, I guess. It's a fucking weird-looking one, but it does. I do think that this thing is putting in a low here, but short-term, does it come back down to retest around these lows? Perhaps yes, could be something like this. Comes back closer to like 4.5, maybe even 4.25, but that'd still be a higher low. And I think it's going to spend some time there. Really not much to get excited about here as long as you're below 690. Oh, great number, 69. So above 69, this thing very likely goes for a big run towards like 8.5, maybe even, probably even just 9.5, $10, honestly. But that can take some time, obviously. I do think that is going to take some time just in general consolidating within this region. And then later on, you try for that move. You boys like Mexico. Do I like Mexico? I've never been there, actually. All right, where did I leave off? Oh, yes. Okay, FICO. Okay, is this a crypto or no? Is it a real stock? Maybe. Hopefully it is. On the weekly, sir, next high term time frame target. Oh, it's literally at an all-time high breakout. Problem with looking at blue sky breakouts like this is that there's not really targets to be made. Especially on, yeah, this thing. Okay, well, let's see. Maybe we can try some. No, fuck you. Don't do that. I think that this thing's just going to continue to make new highs for a while. How high does it go? I don't fucking know. It probably goes at least for 2,000 because it's already so close to that. Probably goes for these. Probably even goes a little bit above 2,000. What is with all these damn chats coming through? Like, they need to stop. They must be stopped. Anyways, I don't have a target for this because when you're in a blue sky breakout, it's better to just ride the trend. And this thing is continuation as of right now. Like it's not topping out here. It's gonna at least go for 2,000, probably like 21 or 2,200. I'd be waiting for bearish divergence at least on a daily, preferably a weekly before calling a top, and we don't even see that yet. So at this point, I'd only call a top if you do pop back down and close below your October the 4th low at 1885. Until then, just ride the trend, sir. Just let it be your friend. Michael Longcars, good morning, sir. Solana. 4 on daily, okay. LARP line still. I still think we're playing out here pretty much the exact same 4-hour time frame. I do think is going to have a shot to actually put in the low here. So the LARP line's like maybe a little bit higher, but short term, hard to get excited about it. 4-hour breakout, as long as you're below 150, above 150, yeah, should be test range highs at 163. Weekly from there, anything above 163 is going to be a breakout and re-challenge the $190 to $200 highs. But until then, it can still take some time. And if the 4-hour does fail, I'd be looking for this thing to retest closer to 135. Peepo is back, and he's looking at IMW. This sounds like a real stock. In fact, it is, I believe. No, it's IMW. I'm thinking of IWM. Did you mean IWM? I think you meant IWM. I'm guessing you meant IWM. This is what I'm guessing you meant. Because the other ones, like, I would assume most people are probably not interested in. Let me know if I'm wrong, but because I very much might well be wrong on that. But basically the Russell 2000. What are you doing? Wow. Amazing. Look, long term, I think that this thing is going to retest your 235 highs and probably make new highs. But in the sometime during this quarter, do I think it come down closer to like 210, 212? Yeah, I do think so. So the real question to me is the pullback done yet or not? If it does come down a little bit lower, maybe closer to 210, but I do think it's overall getting ready for an actual retest of these highs and probably breakout from those highs too. All right, more water for me. I'm almost even out. I'm almost even out of this water. Crypto Forever 2019 says Neural AI 4 hour. All right, Neural AI. Soon I will need, yeah. This doesn't look like it's been around for too long. What the fuck? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, yes it has. No, it has not. It's been around since March. That can't be right. Well, apparently I've charted it out before. Apparently I marked off this area as well. It's likely a low area. It looks like it got there. All right, nice. I think that it might, it might drop down to this region a few more times, yes, but it should bounce from this. It should at least attempt to bounce from this region and test somewhere around like $4.5. But overall, I don't really have like a real analysis on this. Looks weird to me. If anything, I think this is actually like probably a major top right here. So while short term it might rally back up towards like 4.40 or $4.5, I think that this thing actually probably comes down from there. I'm gonna redo this LARP line. I think it probably ends up looking like this, man. I can be wrong on that, certainly. I will be wrong on that if you see this thing trade back above $5. Obviously very, very bullish if that happens, but in the short term, maybe a short-term rally followed by another rejection. Kind of a difficult one there, at least for me. Subie for Mr. Michael Longcar. Subie, 4 hour and daily. Let's check it out. 4 hour, up. Daily is, okay. Kind of this, I said this earlier on another ticker, but usually when you get these tests towards prior highs, first test is a pullback, and I think that that's what's exactly happening right here. Weekly time frame is the only time frame I'd be using to kind of judge a breakout on this thing. I need to see a weekly closure above $2 minimum, and even then the problem with this thing is you're going to be fighting bearish divergence at some point. I'd be very careful with this thing, honestly. All right, I need something better than that. I think I can do better than that. I'm just looking for something that's obvious here. Let's see. Maybe my momentum chart will have something more obvious. Let's see. Because this thing is either on the precipice of like a humongous breakout or it's literally put in like the all-time high. All right. 5-day time frame momentum all the way up there at 185. Weekly, same shit, 145. Look, I think... Yeah, I do think it is going to spike this area maybe a few more times above $2. Need to see closures above like 220 on a daily time frame. Otherwise, I would be looking at this as a great area for a bigger pullback into a higher low and then a try higher later on the weekly. You're just seeing momentum also just get pretty spent up here around these highs, and these are usually pullback regions. So I'm a lot more inclined to say that, hey, daily might spike it again, but unless you see a closure above 220, I'd be looking for this thing to come down and play at a pullback towards like 170, maybe even 150, 160. Definitely possible. All right. We're almost there, boyos and girlos as well. Big Bull says Turbo. What do we got? All right. Stop with the damn super chats. Turbo, good. Turbo, new highs. Yeah. Turbo just want to see a closure above, what is this high here? Whatever the hell that number is, your highs from mid-July. See a closure above there, this thing will make significantly new all-time highs. In fact, there actually is an implied move to be made from this. So let's see what that would be. Perhaps closer to 1.6, 1.7 cents, somewhere around there would be good. I peen it. All right, no more super chats after this moment, but we'll do all the ones that were posted before this moment. So you can rest assured they will get done, but I will no more ones after this moment of the new ones. Jay Boogie says MPC. We looked at MPC. Pretty sure. You want to look at versus Herpity Derp. Yeah, I'm nearly positive we looked at this one earlier. Short term, I'd be looking for this thing to come down and try for a higher low. Yeah, I remember now. Wait, we have a chart for this one, certainly. Yeah, playing within this range right here. Can't get excited as long as it's below this region right here. But in kind of a pretty powerful position, actually, I would say. Anything between this region is going to be considered long-term bullish. Only bearish if it comes back down below 2.5 cents. Simply Gains, what's up, man? Holy shit, one of the OGs of OGs of OGs in this channel. Harry Potter Weekly. What the fuck? Is this even a ticker? I'm not finding a ticker here, man. Is that my... Nope. That's my bot. My bot. I don't see an obvious ticker for this, man. Or is it this? Harry Potter Obama Sonic Inu 10. Okay, it's a good name. New highs, man. It's like a fresh breakout too. Well, very likely a fresh breakout. I do think that this thing is going to break out from here. Like when I'm looking at stochastic momentum on the higher term timeframes, this is what you would expect to see on like a major breakout. Compare that with the Subie, I think it was, where momentum also is already like way fucking high. Of course, I'd want to see an actual closure above whatever the hell this number is, like your high from July of 2023. But assuming it does that in the next couple days, this thing is gonna make new all-time high, like significantly new all-time high. It's gonna actually go into blue sky breakout territory, probably closer to 4.5-5 cents after that. Okay, we got that. Oh, and I got some more water. It's good. One moment. Thank God for that. All right. And we good over here too. Just one moment. All right, cool. Nike Bison Zulu says Lauder versus Ethereum. Okay. Lauder versus Derp Ethereum. Versus the dollar. Okay, always a good sign when you have a chart like this, but I do think it probably is reversing here, man. You got a higher low above those prior range highs, or around those prior range highs. I mean, these things are sloppy as hell, but I'd be respectful of it. Maybe it comes back down just a little bit more to retest this region, but overall it should pop back up and retest whatever the hell this high is right here. Only bearish if it comes back down below Sunday's low, this past Sunday's low. If you do see it lose that, then this thing's going to get fucking shredded because, well, it's probably some sort of... I don't know. Based off its name, is it a meme token? Is it not? Who the fuck knows? Nobody fucking knows. But until then, I'd just be respectful of trend here. So up, how much far can go up? Who the fuck knows on something like this? Super new as well. Let's see. JW says SEI and SUI. Let's check this one out. LARP line still playing out here as well. I do like the consolidation around the range highs. Something like this for on the daily. Today, I need to see this thing close above at least 43.5 cents in order for me to consider that this thing is going to retest these highs at 50 cents and perhaps even break out from there. But I do think that's a lot less likely to happen, to be honest with you. I think what's a lot more likely to happen is you actually continue to see the LARP lines within this range play out on the higher term timeframes. I don't think this thing's ready to break out just yet. So what am I trying to say? Maybe one more test towards these highs in the short term, very possible. Comes back down, tries for a higher low somewhere in this range, and then maybe tries for like the real breakout later. So the only way I'd change my opinion on that is if you see a closure above Friday the 27th of September's high. So September highs. If you see it above there, okay, I'm wrong. This thing's going to break out and run towards like 70, 80 cents. But until then, I'd be looking for this range to continue on for more longer. All right, Simply Gain says Tau USD. Okay, Tau USD. Hope all's well. Hope all's well with you as well, sir. It's crazy, man. Like I recognize your name from like literally maybe the first month of this channel's history over 6.5 years ago. That's fucking wild, man. Thanks for being a part of this, man. It's good to see you still around, too. That's cool as hell, actually. Okay, I feel like we need to find a better... Okay, MEXC, you said. MEXC. All right. Kind of similar to the last one. Oh, my LARP line's not playing out here. The LARP lines were wrong. Holy shit. Who would have guessed? Now, this thing is retesting basically its prior all-time highs. I'm going to say something boring here, man, but it's a lot more likely to pull back after a big move like that and retest these highs right here. It's just very common to see a pullback around these regions. You're seeing momentum oscillators already, get into some pretty crazy territories. I don't think this is the move that is going to break out. I do think you might spike this area 1 or 2 more times, something like this. Watch for the lower high, because after that, it very likely comes back down. I would guess at least 450, probably 400. That's where I'd be looking for on a higher low. That could potentially be the real long-term like mega breakout. But that's going to take some time, man. I think it's going to take some time as you kind of work off of these extreme conditions right here. But yeah, that is it for today. Holy fucking moly. Holy fucking moly, man. Thoughts on using the 10-day and 15-day on Bitcoin? I like using Fibonacci numbers. 10-day and 15-day don't really mean too much to me. So I've never really looked at them. So maybe they are legitimate. What I'd say is like, you don't need my opinion on it. If you have found some sort of edge using those time frames and it just works out for whatever reason, then that works. But for me, I don't use it. I don't care to use it. I'm already looking at the time frames that I want to be looking at to begin with, for my purposes at least. But yeah. All right. That's going to be it for today, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. I want to wish you the best of the best. It's been a nice, fun, much more long live stream than what I thought it was going to be, honestly, because things are just so quiet right now. But hey, thanks for joining in. Glad to see all of the familiar faces here as well, and we'll be back with another live stream next week, Wednesday. Also, the Free Crypto School first private live stream will be next Wednesday as well. There's a link in the description below as well if you want to sign up for that. It's a very basic beginner course, again, free. So yeah, we'll be signing off on that note. Wishing you the best of best. Take care. Much love.